Okay, welcome agents. We're going to go over a buyer presentation that I got to, was given to me the other day and was kindly shared by Solomon. And you can see his photograph on here. Anyways, we're going to go through this. And if you don't have a buyer presentation, especially after NAR, you need to have one. And this is a really fantastic buyer presentation that you should use. So the first thing is you're going to need to create a free Canva account, and it is free. You just log into it, and I'll go to here because I've already logged into it. You go here, and then you'll be able to upload the buyer guide, which is here on the left, and that's the original buyer guide. And then I modified that, and I'm going to go through both of these and kind of show you exactly what's going on. That's the first thing. And then to access your templates, you're going to go to this buyer guide and click on this link, and it's going to download what you're looking at right now. So that's how you get started. You download this template and use templates for new design. And then that'll bring you to here. Okay, as you can see, it is several pages. He starts out with the buyer guide, and he gives you a few examples of what you could use. You don't have to have all these on the buyer guide, but he just starts out with a few examples here. And let me go back to the one that I modified. And it's honestly, it's very easy to do this. It's not difficult. I'll show you. It is not very difficult at all. Anyway, so you just go through there. You can add whatever you want. You could add Pelago logos. You could add Pelago name. Obviously, your name, your DRE number, everything about yourself. As you go through this, and let me go back to his original one here. Here we are. As you go through this, you can see that he spent a lot of time on this and a lot of good information. And you just literally just like if you want to do, put your name in here. And then he literally tells you where to put your name. I'm Joe Holmes. Okay, if you wanted to use this, please use it. If you want to change anything, obviously, if you don't have 10 years of experience, then you need to change stuff. If you want to add your own, if you have your own, go back to mine. Here's my information. I pretty much used the first paragraph and the last one, and I just added in here, I'm a full-time real estate professional, house flipper, and mentor to many of my clients. I'm here to help you get top dollar for your home, or get the best price for the home that you are living in. So he goes through this, and then here is, you meet our team. If you're working by yourself, you may not even want this page, but if you are in a team, then obviously you can put your team members here. Client reviews, again, this is pretty much filled in and everything for you. If you want to keep these client reviews, great. Nobody's going to know any different. If not, you can, transfer them out. It's literally very easy. You just double click on there, and let's say you don't want any of that stuff, and you want to put, he is a great guy, and just type that in. So now you've gone from what he had before to this. Sold homes, you can pick 4 homes that you've sold, or literally just pick 4 homes in the area. And this says just recently sold homes. It doesn't indicate that you sold them, but it kind of gives you that expertise that you may be looking for. He goes into renting versus owning, what the difference is, home buying key factors. And this is what you're going to talk to your buyer clients about. So it's very, very important. And we're going to put this into a format where it's going to make it a lot easier to read and go over with your clients. So you have a table of contents. You're going to talk to them about, okay, here's the home buying roadmap. We're going to talk about mortgages. We're going to talk about real estate terms. We're going to talk about finding a real estate agent, which are hopefully me. We're going to talk about your budget, credit, defining your home criteria, making an offer, home inspection, under contract and closing preparation and closing. So you're going to really be thorough in walking your clients through this process and just making them know aware that you are the professional that you are. Okay. So home mortgage, what different types there are, how much I can borrow. So it's like really good basic information. Real estate terms, appraisal as is condition, closing cost credit reports, deed walkthrough terms, punch lists, finding your real estate agent. And then it talks about buyer agency, known as the buyer brokerage or buyer representation agreement. Very important to talk to them about that. And there's samples later on that we're going to go over. So buyer agency makes me your exclusive agent for the home purchase. Finding the right agent. And these are the things: finding your right agent, define needs and budget, seek recommendations, online search, credit, check credentials, read reviews. Pretty much he's got everything in here that you need to be a good real estate agent. So as you're talking about that stuff, staying in touch, making sure they know you're going to stay in touch with them, attending open houses with them. And then why you should choose, and then it's got a place for the logo here. So you can put your own logo there. But why they should choose you, and expert guidance, access to exclusive listings, your negotiation skills, efficiency and time, legal expertise. And this is legal stuff that you can legally tell them, or if not, if there's a legal issue, then please make sure that they contact an attorney. Post-purchase support, local market knowledge. And so then he goes into budgeting, down payment, 20% down, your credit, your mortgage, what you need to do, pay your bills on time. All this is very important. And again, all this is customizable. This is his page. I decided to keep this on my page because he was the one that shared it with me. And if somebody ends up going, get a loan with him, then that's awesome. I like to pay people back when they do a good job, and I think he's done a good job with this. And this is like the fourth class that I've taken with him, and one of my other agents went as well. So these are things that they're going to need for the mortgage approval. What to know about closing fees. He goes over all that sort of stuff. And then we go into the NAR settlement the old way. Seller used to pay the listing broker. The listing broker used to go to the MLS, and they are already arranged to pay the buyer's broker, and then the buyer would come through the buyer broker. The new way, the seller can pay the listing broker, who puts it on the MLS, but really the purchase contract comes back from the buyer to go directly to the seller to see if they're going to pay anything to the buyer broker in this case. Okay, so this is the new way, and that's just explaining to them. It's really, honestly, it's really all the same, but it's just the arrows are going different directions. When buying a house, do this, not to do this. Just, reminders. Defining your home. And so he's got, features in here that might be important to them, that, you can send this out to them after you speak with them and say, hey, can you kind of go through this and tell me what you're looking for so that I can help you a little bit better, and mark the boxes. So this is very helpful. The buying timeline, step 1 all the way to step 8, closing. Finances are obviously always at the top. Without getting good financing, you're not going to get anything. This is a page. This is an old MLS client. It's called InstaView. If you're an agent, you should have access to this. So If you want to share this with your clients, that's great. If not, you just literally just delete this page if you don't want to do that. And then find your dream home. He's got this QR code there. I don't know, I haven't scanned it, so I have no idea where it goes to, but yeah, obviously probably something of his. If you don't want it, delete the page. He talks about making an offer and the process of making an offer. We love your home. This is what we used to call a love letter. We're not actually allowed to put love letters anymore together and send them. So you might want to delete that. He talks about the home inspection, and he's not a real estate agent. He's a lender, so you can understand why some of this stuff might still be there that's not really applicable. Talk about the home inspection, and then home inspection appraisal guide. And then he talks about the contract, and then under contract and closing preparation, you got all this information, earnest money when it's to be deposited, inspections and contingencies you can talk about with your clients, and then the appraisal. Title search, insurance policies, which is a really big, important thing nowadays. I would honestly search for an insurance policy at the same time you're searching for a home. Closing preparations, and then final walkthrough. The closing, he talks about the closing day, reporting and funding, taking possession of the property. So a lot of this is just to keep your client informed, let them know that you know what you're doing, you know what you're talking about. And this is always good information when the property goes into escrow. They can go back and look at this stuff and say, oh, okay, we're here. Let's see what's going to happen next. Oh, what's the home's general condition? Is it a safe neighborhood? Do we need to do any major repairs? What's the timeline for closing? So they can just literally walk through this process. Here's a closing process checklist that they can print out. Post-move resource list. And this is the NAR settlement lawsuit. That's just, you can just say, okay, this is why we're doing this. And this is why I need to put you under contract. And here's the contract, the buyer representation and broker compensation. And again, like I've said before, make sure that you ask for 3% on this contract. It can be revised, and you can tell your clients that I'm going to try to get 3% from this seller. And, at the end of the day, you have to tell them, okay, but I don't want to work for anything less than 2%. So if they offer me 1%, I'm happy to revise this from 3% down to 2%, but you're going to need to make up the other percentage difference. Okay. And then information about you and your company. This one's mine that I started to mess around with and put some stuff in here. So you can see that I changed some of this stuff. I didn't obviously change all of it because he did such a great job that I kept a lot of it. So anything that was customizable to me is what I changed. So yeah, see, so I threw the Pelago, sign in there, logo, I mean, and anything customizable like that, I ended up customizing. Okay, so at the end of the day, you're going to share this. You click on share, and then you're going to print this, download here, and then you're going to print this to standard PDF, best for printing right there. And then just press download, and then it'll download a copy. Download a copy, and then you're going to go back to what's called the online flip book. Heyzine, HEYZINE.com. This is free. And so you upload it there, and this is literally going to be your flip book. Okay. So you can see that it's very easy to go over this, what you just created with somebody, and it looks very nice and professional. And you just flip through this with them. I wouldn't necessarily at first just send this to somebody. I would literally, go on a Zoom call with them and do what I'm doing with you now and show them and literally explain everything to them, especially if they're a new first-time buyer, they're the ones that are gonna get the most benefit out of this. Okay, if it's somebody who's purchased property before and they're comfortable with all this, you can either, ask them or speed up through this to, places that, you want to make sure that they're aware of, why they should work with you for all this information. You want to make sure that you're the professional here. You want to put your lender on here, then by all means, put your lender on there. Again, I'm just giving credit to him because he's the one that shared it with me. This is the actual website where you put it together, and then once you have it here, then you can share, which is what I was just showing you. That comes here, and this is just a sharing tool that you can use to share this transaction, this flip book, and make yourself look like a professional that you are. So this is great for working with buyers. Please use this for buyers. And, you can actually make the same thing for a listing presentation. You just need to change a couple of things up here and there and make it more focused for a listing presentation. What I do for you, these are the things that I do. You can, leave the home inspection on there because they're going to get one, but it's more of, okay, the buyer's going to get a home inspection, and these are the issues that may come up that we have to deal with during the transaction. So again, this is a buyer presentation flip book. You can make a listing one as well. I'm going to upload this on the training website, and I'm going to send it out. And please take a look at it, design it for your needs, and hope you have great success with it. Thank you for showing up and listening.